Well, hello folks off YouTube. My name's Ian and welcome to my channel. Today, with the kind sponsors VEVOR, if that's how you pronounce it, have sent me a gas furnace for review on my channel. And let's get straight into it. Now I've had it a week or so. I've had to collect some gas. I've had to collect some other materials, moulds. I made some moulds. People saw me drying some sand on a short yesterday. That was to pour round me beer can. More about that. It's a big beer can, but it's very thin material. So I don't know if the bottom is going to expand because they're only crimped over. So I thought, well, if I put it in some sand, well, we will see, won't we? And there's another one for later. Right, without ado, again, big thanks to, well, Juan at VEVOR Tools for reaching out to me. He asked me would I like to review a product for my channel and to pick a product off their website that was applicable to my channel. And one thing I have not done for a long while, for about 6 years now, is to melt aluminium for taking things like pop cans, beer cans, which are the lowest of the low in aluminium. Some places won't even take them, and turning them into ingots. And then again, some yards won't take ingots. We have a propane melting furnace user manual. It seems like it's a complete kit with tongs, furnace, crucible, heat stand, small moulds, pair of hopefully heat resistant gloves, and of course gauge and pipe. So let's get in it. There's the tongs. They're quite stiff. Might need a bit of use. See, I didn't even know what was in the kit, so I've got my own tongs out. Packaging quite does the job. Right, pipe, furnace with a lid. Right, that needs shoving in. Now, I was kind of discussing this with people, and they said I need to line it, but we'll fire it up and see how we go. Right, let me get this set up. See you then. And here we are unpacked, and I've got to say a thumbs up for VEVOR straight off, because there is actually minimal packaging. But in this day and age, it's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, you've got to have some packaging. Right, we've got the furnace, got the inlet, packed with I don't know the proprietary term for it, but heat resistant wool. When VEVOR did ask me what I wanted, I originally said I could go for the 4.5 kilogram version, and they said we prefer you to test the 10 kilogram version. Who am I to argue? So this is a 10 kilogram graphite crucible. It comes complete, as I can see, with everything. You've even got Jubilee clips for the pipe. The regulator comes with a handle off. You've got to screw that on, no problem. You've got a on-off valve that will fit into there, and I guess I'll wrap some PTFE tape around it. You've got a heat resistant base for the crucible to sit on. We got the branding, VEVOR. We got the fire tube with hopefully a vortex end on it. The crucible, well, the mould, graphite mould, I've got to say is probably more useful to jewellery makers than scrappers like myself. You'd have to pour a hell of a lot of ingots in that, and a pair of gloves. Typically, you'll probably find they're too small. I ain't that bothered because I do have my own welding gloves. I'll put that lot together and fire it up as long as the rain stays off. We do have some literature, tells you how to put it together, and on the other side if you're totally new, and I'm pretty newbie, pretty new to this. Precautions for use, that's what you get. You got some well-written instructions regarding how to set it up. I've got the 10 kilogram version, like that. This has got a maximum temperature of 1400 degrees C, and then underneath it will tell you the melting point of all the metals it will handle. And with aluminium being 660, I always thought it was 665, 0.6. I don't know what that refers to. 3.1, 10 kilogram. Don't know what that means. Anybody, any ideas? Minimum capacity, possibly. That's primary capacity, minimum capacity. Don't know. Let's get it put together. Following instructions, which I don't normally do. Screwing the valve to the red line. Like so. The valve screwed in, the Jubilee clip screwed on. You insert that in there, flush as according to the pictures. However, this is welded on, and there was a slight misalignment of the pipe, and I had to take a file and take the burrist off. It was really next to nothing, but just enough to stop that going in. There we go. You then get a screw to lock it in place and tighten that up. Bit of tape around the threads. Remember, when you see the little notches, you know that's for propane, and it's reverse thread, so it's not righty-tighty, it's lefty-tighty. Little knot with a spanner. And then put that in. Remember to put that on first. I'll drop it off. Put it back on. Nice snug fit that. Okay, we're good to see if we've got any leaks. And there we are assembled. If you're not filming for YouTube, you can have this done in less than 5 minutes. Right. Let's see if we've got any leaks. Well, at least we've got some gas in. I wasn't too sure about this bottle. Right, I put that in a cack-handed place. I'll need to loosen that and tilt it back a bit. But, right, a little bit of reposition of the handle. Valve these off. Got pressure. Let's get some, see if we've got any leaks. Well, I can hear gas straight away. That's coming from here. I haven't tightened it up. I don't like that. I'm going to take it off, PTFE round it, retighten it. Bit of PTFE round it. Get some pressure on. Fingers. I can't hear anything. There we go. Right, let's put it in position, light it up. Well, I've changed my mind. I put these leather gloves on that have been supplied. And they are quite thick. Still flexible, but I think I'll use those instead of my welding gauntlets. So there we go, the VEVOR propane melting furnace complete kit. The only thing I would like is probably a pouring ring. Well, that's easy enough for me to make. Can't find my tripod, so we're jury rigging with a weight and a mag base. Enough said. Well, ladies and gents, well, Ian wasn't happy at how to pour that big crucible, so we took a half an hour out and we've made something. And something it is. It's just cobbled together, twisted some wire around, and hopefully I'll be able to pour a bit better with that. Right, I've got the radiator out that I cut up. Time to do some melting instead of talking. Let's get it lit. Bit of cardboard sprayed with some WD-40. And some gas. Right. And you can play about with the air inlet. Cut it off. Just it. I'm looking down there and I can see orange flame, or if I move it up and down I can turn it to a blue flame. Hey, and it's hot. There we go. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a warm. And then I'll I'll warm the crucible up and we'll stick some aluminium in. Easy peasy. So the time is 10 to 4. Face shield, you've got the gloves, got to go put in, put some aluminium in. I'll come back when she started to melt. starting to melt. So we're going 10 minutes now, and we have got a little pool of molten aluminium at the bottom, so I think that's very good. Now, there is a guy called Ralph Murek who is a caster, and VEVOR would be well to look at his channel and see some of the things he has made casting, and he knows the ins and outs of it. He's made different types of bronzes and copper, Nordic copper, etc. So VEVOR, if you're listening, contact him and he will be able to show your gas furnace off way better than I can. I was also cautioned before I did this was to watch a few channels, but I didn't. Learning as I go along. Up to now, easy setup, tiny niggly problem, file sorted that out. 10 minutes we're at melting temperature. I'm going to keep feeding it. Got some salt. No point stirring with an aluminium rod, is there? see me homemade pouring works. Okay, well that pour went well. I did leave it a little bit too long before I poured it. We'll fire up and we'll melt some aluminium cans and make an ingot. Now, I have faffed around a little bit though. I reckon I could easily shave another 10 minutes off that. I up the gas pressure. It's hot now in there. I think we'll be able to get another pour in 10 minutes. See you when I'm pouring. To hold it, it's not too hot. Well folks, there we go, it's 22 but I've run out of beer cans. I'm going to have to start drinking more beer. I think we're running out of gas. Oh, I don't know, oh, there's quite a bit left yet. Bit of a blip. We've got some more aluminium, we better fill that up. We'll let those ingots cool down. We'll see what we get. It eats beer cans. It eats them for fun. I'm gonna have to drink a lot of beer to keep that going. And the dross that you get off beer cans, unbelievable. Right, so, let's have a look at these ingots when they've cooled down. I guess a couple of things I need to learn, right? That's all the dross that came off those aluminium cans. Quite a lot. There's my big ingot, and it's still hot. What I need to learn is, and maybe anyone can help me, how do you clean your crucible? Because I want to have a go at melting copper. But obviously I can't go sticking copper in there, can I? I'll end up with yellow copper, I believe. And I think I'm better off putting it back in there, let it cool down gently. Well, folks, seems that the fax can held out. That ain't gonna work. 1 second. Watch your ears. Yeah, nasty. Now, let me clean this up. Well, folks, that was an interesting hour and a half. I can't deny it. I couldn't help but to polish up my ingot. You know, we can see a fair bit of settling in the middle. We'll give that away in a minute. This was my... This is what I really wanted to do. Melt some quality aluminium. Degas it, as in add some flux to... when aluminium melts, it absorbs hydrogen. You get gas bubbles inside of it. Apparently adding the flux, salt, makes the hydrogen come out. Maybe I added a little bit too much salt. Just I weren't bloody Salt Bay at it, were I? Chuck it on, see how it goes. But to allow it cool pretty naturally, and then I did cool it down in some water, we've got a reasonably good cylinder. And if that little lathe of mine will turn that in a future video, we'll peel the outer casing off and just see what sort of quality we had. That's a weighty chunk. We'll weigh them both in a second. We'll weigh them both now. So we got 0 on the scales. It was a 10 kilogram crucible. I filled it almost pretty full. I couldn't get any more in my mould. I had to pour the balance on top of that. And a rather disappointing 2.55 kilogram. This one will go in at a 2.2 kilogram. Yeah, 2.2 kilogram and a little bit same 2.0 kilogram. I'm missing something here. Out of a 10 kilogram crucible, I end up with just over 2 kilogram. Maybe if I was melting gold, it'd weigh 10 kilogram. Or lead, well, I don't know, or something heavier. Still, earlier in the video, I asked yourselves, you know, how do you clean a graphite crucible that's full of aluminium? So I've tipped it upside down and got a bit on the table. Then I got my stripping knife and I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to stab myself. I guess that's the way you clean it. You take something harder than aluminium and you scrape it out. Yeah, I'm very wary of tapping on it. I don't know the durability of these things, but reasonably clean. And more stuff to go into the melting pan. So after our first burn, I know I started off, I didn't show it, but we had a 2-inch ceramic wool insulation. Whether that shrinks because of heat or not, I don't know, but down to about 40 mil. Relatively lightweight, compact, and it does what it says on the tin. The VEVOR 10 kilogram propane furnace. Yes, it's a review from myself. Am I biased? I've never had one. The last one I had, I made myself out of clay. This, if I weren't faffing around doing the video in for YouTube, a lot less. I reckon you buy this in a kit, everything complete, apart from your aluminium and your gas. You can be pouring your first ingot. What am I showing you that for? I should be showing you that. So you could be pouring your first ingot within 35 minutes from unpacking it. So from that, that's got to be a positive, hasn't it? You know. From what research I've done, the only downside, and the thing that VEVOR could do, I think, is supply a ceramic rigidizer. It's some kind of spray chemical you put on that makes the ceramic wool blanket more rigid. Ceramic wool blanket, from what I've seen, is relatively inexpensive, so you can certainly, you know, as it wears out. I can't see how it wears out because all it does is have heat inside of it. What can I say? I've not had a proper one. I made my own. This VEVOR one it did what it says on the tin. I'm not trying to push it to anyone. I'm going to say, you know, the proof's in the pudding. You've seen it. I haven't hid anything. I still don't understand that you can only get 2.2 kilograms out of a 10 kilogram crucible. That's something to do with mass and volume. Right. So, it is a product review. The kind people at VEVOR sent it to me. I can't fault it as it is. Well, it is a product review, you know, and I think I've tested it honestly. You know, there's this niggling, tiny niggling fault. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, it is a review product. There was one tiny niggling issue. Took 3 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a review product. It did what it was supposed to do. Assembly went pretty faultlessly, apart from kind of tiny, I mean, I'm talking about a thou of misalignment on the tube, but a couple of strokes on the file put that file right. I do know that VEVOR have set up a discount, so in the description you're going to find discount codes for all different geolocations in the world. VEVOR have, you know, they in America, use the American code. In Canada, use the Canadian code. If you're in Europe, use the European code. And if you're in the United Kingdom, use the United Kingdom code. And you're going to get a discount. Apart from that, I'll get a tiny little kickback from every purchase that anyone should do. Will my channel turn into a casting channel? I don't know. But I will be using my gas up. I will be turning cans, beer cans. Maybe Cambodian, Thailand cans into ingots. I hope you've enjoyed that review, as honest as I can make it. I am a little bit of a novice to aluminium melting. I'm going to say smelting. Smelting is actually when you melt smelt, or to get the metal out of the rock. Melting is when you're melting the metal to get the purer metal. That's Ian in his shed. I am going to have fun with this. I am going to cast all sorts. I really am. I've got to look into green sand casting. I've got to, like I said, I've got to start watching people like I said, Ralph Murek. You know, who does a lot of really nice casting. Many other channels. Ian, talking on too long. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you, VEVOR, for sending this to me to review. And it is what it is. It does what it says on the tin. See you in the next one.